Here's the thing that blew me away about the book, right? So I see you every day. You seem so happy and upbeat. You're making jokes all the time. You face some real obstacles.
Kimberly Guilfoyle left her husband, but the real reason had nothing to do with love or compatibility. When San Francisco's golden political couple announced their divorce in 2005, they blamed it on career demands and bicoastal living. The former prosecutor, who built her career on a dog-mauling murder case, had experienced early tragedy and professional setbacks that shaped her decision-making, and each event became part of a pattern that emerged over time. Kimberly Guilfoyle's approach to relationships was shaped by experiences that began long before she entered the public eye. She was 11 years old when her world changed forever. Her mother, Mercedes, collapsed at home in 1980, and within months, leukemia had taken her life. The woman who had dedicated herself to teaching special education students was gone, leaving behind 2 children and a husband who suddenly had to figure out how to hold a family together alone. Anthony Guilfoyle had come to America from County Clare, Ireland, in 1957 with nothing but determination and a willingness to work. He'd built a life in construction, married Mercedes, and settled into the Mission District of San Francisco. Now he was staring at 2 kids who needed him to be everything their mother had been: caregiver, teacher, disciplinarian, and emotional anchor, while still working full-time to keep food on the table. The math was brutal: 1 income instead of 2, 1 parent instead of 2, 1 person trying to do the work of 2 people while grieving the loss of his partner. Anthony did what Irish immigrants do. He worked harder. Construction jobs during the day, parenting duties at night, no time to process his own grief because his children needed stability more than he needed to fall apart. Kimberly watched it all happen. She saw her father leave before dawn and come home exhausted, saw him struggle with homework questions that her mother would have handled easily, saw him trying to figure out how to braid her hair or help her navigate teenage social situations that were completely outside his experience as a construction worker. But she also saw something else. She saw that the only person you could really count on was yourself. Love was real, but love could disappear without warning. Security was an illusion that could shatter overnight. The only thing that mattered was being strong enough to survive whatever came next. At Mercy High School, Kimberly threw herself into academics with the intensity of someone who understood that education was her ticket out of uncertainty. She wasn't just a good student, she was a student with purpose. Every grade, every test, every assignment was a step toward independence and financial security that couldn't be taken away by illness or death. Anthony watched his daughter excel and felt proud, but also worried. She was driven in a way that seemed almost desperate, as if she was running from something that might catch up to her if she slowed down. He supported her dreams because he didn't know what else to do, and because he could see that success was what she needed more than anything else. The University of California, Davis offered her undergraduate education, but it also offered distance from the painful memories that haunted every corner of their San Francisco home. She could build a new identity as a college student, someone whose life wasn't defined by loss and struggle. She could be ambitious and goal-oriented without anyone knowing that underneath it all was a little girl who had watched her mother die. Law school at the University of San Francisco brought her back to the city, but this time on her own terms. She wasn't the grieving daughter living in her father's house. She was a future attorney building her own life. The Victoria's Secret modeling gigs paid the bills while making her realize that her appearance could be just as valuable as her intelligence in getting what she wanted. The internship at the San Francisco District Attorney's Office felt like destiny. Here was a profession where being tough was an asset, where emotional distance was professional, where winning mattered more than being liked. She could channel all the hardness that losing her mother had created into something socially acceptable and financially rewarding. Her father had taught her that survival meant working harder than everyone else. Her mother's death had taught her that nothing was permanent. Law school taught her that those lessons could be turned into a career advantage. She graduated in 1994 with a law degree, a modeling portfolio, and a clear understanding that the only person responsible for her security was herself. The little girl who had lost her mother was gone. In her place was a young woman who knew exactly how dangerous it was to depend on anyone for anything important. Love was a luxury, independence was survival, and she would never again be in a position where someone else's death or departure could destroy her world. 24 years old and already building walls that would protect her from ever feeling that helpless again.
So I said, Kimberly, you're going to have to open up. Some of this may be uncomfortable, but if they can benefit from some of the experiences and the really tough things that I went through in my life, I hope that it'll help them.
This perspective would influence every major relationship and career decision she made in the following decades, including her eventual decision to leave her first husband. Kimberly Guilfoyle walked into that political fundraiser in the mid-1990s, knowing exactly what she was looking for. Not love, not romance, but opportunity. She was a prosecutor trying to climb the ladder in San Francisco's legal world, and Gavin Newsom was the handsome city supervisor everyone knew was going places. When their eyes met across the room, both understood they were looking at someone who could be useful. The timing couldn't have been better for Kimberly because she just learned the hard way that job security was a myth. In 1996, newly elected District Attorney Terrence Hallinan had walked into office and fired 14 prosecutors, including her. No warning, no appeals, just pink slips and good luck finding work somewhere else. She'd been competent at her job, but competence meant nothing when politics shifted and new bosses wanted their own people. The firing stung, but it also taught her something valuable. In San Francisco's small legal community, you were only as secure as your connections. Having talent wasn't enough. You needed allies, patrons, people who could protect you when the winds changed. Gavin Newsom looked like exactly the kind of ally she needed. She packed up and moved to Los Angeles, taking a job as an assistant district attorney while licking her wounds. But she kept her ear to the ground in San Francisco, maintaining relationships and waiting for the right moment to make her move back. Los Angeles was fine for building experience, but San Francisco was home, and home was where the real opportunities lay. When Gavin started showing serious interest, Kimberly saw her opening. Here was a man who was clearly destined for bigger things, young, connected, ambitious, and already building the network that would carry him to the mayor's office. Dating him wasn't just romance, it was career insurance. She could rebuild her San Francisco legal career while positioning herself alongside someone whose star was obviously rising. The relationship developed like a business merger disguised as a courtship. Gavin got a beautiful, accomplished girlfriend who enhanced his image with female voters and law and order conservatives. Kimberly got access to San Francisco's political elite and a pathway back into the legal community that had ejected her. Both were smart enough to understand the transaction and disciplined enough to make it work. By 2000, the strategy had paid off perfectly. Kimberly was back at the San Francisco District Attorney's office, working for the same Terrence Hallinan who had fired her 4 years earlier. The man who had once considered her expendable now welcomed her back, partly because she'd gained experience in Los Angeles, but mostly because she was dating the city's rising political star. Her return coincided with the case that would change everything. In 2002, Diane Whipple was mauled to death by 2 massive dogs in her apartment building hallway. The case had everything that made prosecutors salivate: bizarre circumstances, deviance, Aryan Brotherhood connections, and enough twisted details to guarantee wall-to-wall media coverage. As co-prosecutor, Kimberly found herself handling the biggest case of her career while television cameras captured every moment. The trial was a prosecutor's dream, and a media-feeding frenzy rolled into one. She performed brilliantly, securing convictions while building a national profile that would serve her for decades. The phone started ringing before the trial was even over. ABC News, CNN, MSNBC, Court TV, Fox News. Everyone wanted the photogenic prosecutor who had just won the case everyone was talking about. Suddenly, Kimberly wasn't just Gavin's girlfriend. She was a legal celebrity in her own right. Their December 2001 wedding was the culmination of a perfectly executed political campaign disguised as a love story. 500 guests packed St. Ignatius Catholic Church, including every political consultant, campaign manager, and media figure who mattered in San Francisco. The San Francisco Chronicle called it the social event of the year and dubbed them the next liberal power couple. But even as they smiled for the cameras and accepted congratulations, both bride and groom understood that their partnership was built on mutual advancement, not mutual devotion. Gavin was getting ready to run for mayor, and Kimberly was fielding television offers that could launch her into national stardom. The marriage that looked perfect on paper was actually 2 ambitious people using each other to get what they wanted. The only question was, what would happen when their goals stopped aligning? The dog-mauling case had made Kimberly famous, But fame was just the beginning. Television was calling, and television meant independence from politics, from San Francisco, and eventually from the husband who had helped her get there. The tension between personal relationships and professional opportunities became acute when Gavin Newsom was sworn in as mayor of San Francisco on January 8th. 2004. 3 days later, Kimberly Guilfoyle departed for New York to begin hosting a show for Court TV, creating the bicoastal arrangement that would strain their marriage. The decision to accept the television position represented a significant career opportunity for Guilfoyle. Court TV offered her a platform to discuss high-profile legal cases and build her media credentials beyond her prosecutorial work. The role positioned her as a legal expert with national reach, expanding her professional options beyond the San Francisco legal community. Newsom attempted to accommodate the arrangement while managing his new responsibilities as mayor. He publicly stated that the transcontinental marriage was challenging but manageable, acknowledging the difficulties while maintaining optimism about their relationship. The couple tried to present their situation as a modern solution to dual career challenges. However, the practical realities of maintaining a marriage across 3,000 miles while both pursued demanding careers created inevitable strain. Newsom was establishing himself as mayor of a major city, dealing with complex urban issues and building his political reputation. Guilfoyle was launching her television career and building relationships within the New York media environment. Friends and observers noted that the couple was leading increasingly separate lives. The demands of their respective positions left little time for the kind of regular contact and shared experiences that sustain long-distance relationships. Their public appearances together became less frequent as their schedules diverged. The couple's joint statement announcing their divorce in January 2005 cited the demands of their respective careers as the primary factor in their decision to end their marriage. They emphasized their continued respect and affection for each other while acknowledging that their professional obligations had made their marriage unsustainable. The divorce was finalized in February 2006, ending a relationship that had begun with shared political ambitions, but ultimately couldn't survive the competing demands of two successful careers requiring presence in different cities. The experience demonstrated how professional opportunities and geographic requirements can create irreconcilable conflicts, even in relationships with strong foundations. Their separation illustrated a common challenge for ambitious professionals whose careers develop in ways that create competing priorities. The decision to prioritize individual career advancement over relationship maintenance reflected broader cultural shifts toward dual career partnerships and the complexities they create for traditional marriage structures. Within 3 months of her divorce finalization, Kimberly Guilfoyle had entered into a new relationship that would quickly lead to marriage and parenthood. Her connection with Eric Villancy, a furniture company heir and designer, represented a significant shift from her previous relationship with a political figure to one with a businessman focused on luxury interior design. Villancy brought different qualities to the relationship than her first husband. As CEO of Villancy Design Group, he was financially successful, but operated outside the political sphere that had defined her previous marriage. At 31, he was 6 years younger than Guilfoyle and represented a different life path from the political ambitions that had characterized her relationship with Newsom. Their relationship developed rapidly, with the couple meeting on a blind date in October 2005, becoming engaged by Christmas and marrying in Barbados on May 27, 2006. The accelerated timeline coincided with Guilfoyle's pregnancy, as she was 5 months pregnant at their wedding. Their son, Ronan Anthony Villancy, was born on October 4, 2006. The marriage provided Guilfoyle with financial security through Villancy's family wealth while allowing her to continue building her television career. Unlike her previous marriage to a politician who required public support for his campaigns, her relationship with Villancy allowed her to focus on her media opportunities without competing political obligations. The couple's lifestyle reflected Villancy's business success, with residences that showcased his design expertise and social connections within New York's affluent communities. This environment provided Guilfoyle with access to different social and professional networks than those she had cultivated during her political marriage in San Francisco. However, the fundamental challenges that had affected her first marriage, the prioritization of individual career goals over relationship maintenance, remained present in her second marriage. Her television work continued to expand her national profile, while Guilfoyle focused on his design business and furniture company operations. The marriage lasted 3 years before ending in divorce in November 2009. Like her first marriage, the dissolution was handled amicably with prenuptial agreements governing financial arrangements and child custody. The couple maintained a co-parenting relationship focused on their son's welfare while pursuing separate personal and professional paths. The pattern that emerged from both marriages suggested consistent challenges in balancing individual ambition with relationship commitments. The rapid transition from one marriage to another, combined with the relatively brief duration of both relationships, indicated an approach to partnerships that prioritize personal advancement and adaptability over long-term relationship building. Following her second divorce in November 2009, Kimberly Guilfoyle focused on expanding her television career while maintaining co-parenting responsibilities with Guilfoyle for their son Ronan. Her role at Fox News provided increasing visibility and platform development, leading to her position as co-host of the 5 regular appearances across the network's programming. The show became one of Fox News's most popular programs, providing her with significant exposure and influence within conservative media circles that would shape her future career trajectory. The period following her second marriage saw significant personal loss when her father Anthony died in 2008, just 1 year before her divorce from Guilfoyle. This loss eliminated her last direct family connection, as both parents had now passed away within her adult lifetime. The experience of handling this grief while managing her career advancement and co-parenting responsibilities demonstrated her continued focus on maintaining professional momentum despite personal challenges and family obligations. She honored her father's memory while continuing to build her media career, often referencing his Irish immigrant background and work ethic during television appearances and public speeches. The loss reinforced her established pattern of using personal experiences, including tragedy, as elements of her public persona and professional narrative development. Her television career trajectory positioned her within conservative media circles and eventually led to connections with political figures aligned with Republican politics and conservative policy positions. This represented a significant shift from her earlier association with Democratic politics through her marriage to Newsom, suggesting either an evolution in her political perspectives or strategic positioning based on career opportunities within conservative media. The transition from liberal to conservative political alignment occurred gradually over several years as her media career developed and expanded beyond legal commentary to include broader political analysis and opinion programming. Her Fox News role allowed her to develop expertise in conservative political messaging and policy positions while building relationships with Republican political figures and activists. During her tenure at Fox News, Guilfoyle became known for her legal commentary and political analysis, particularly on issues related to criminal justice, law enforcement, and conservative social policies.
People are going to invest in their time, their energy, and their hard-earned money. You better make it worth it. Give them their money's worth.
Her prosecutorial background provided credibility for these discussions, while her television experience allowed her to communicate complex legal and political concepts to general audiences effectively. She appeared regularly on shows including Hannity, The O'Reilly Factor, and various Fox News special programming events, building her profile as a conservative media personality beyond her original role as a legal expert. Her television presence evolved to include political advocacy and campaign-style messaging that positioned her for potential roles in political campaigns or administrations. Her departure from Fox News in 2018 coincided with allegations of workplace misconduct that resulted in a confidential settlement reportedly exceeding $4 million. The network and Guilfoyle reached an agreement that avoided public litigation while ending her employment relationship. The circumstances surrounding her departure created controversy and media speculation about her conduct during her tenure at the network. In 2018, she began a relationship with Donald Trump Jr., marking her return to high-profile political partnerships after focusing on business relationships during her marriage to Guilfoyle. This connection provided access to the highest levels of Republican politics and opportunities to influence national political campaigns and messaging strategies. The relationship developed during Trump Jr.'s divorce proceedings from his first wife, Vanessa Trump. The relationship with Trump Jr. included extensive professional collaboration as she joined his father's 2020 presidential campaign in a senior fundraising leadership role. This position allowed her to combine her media experience with political organizing, creating a role that utilized her public speaking abilities, television presence, and network development skills acquired through her media career. She led fundraising efforts that reportedly raised significant amounts for the campaign, though her leadership style attracted criticism from some staff members who cited management issues and organizational problems. Her fundraising operation faced scrutiny for high staff turnover, questionable spending practices, and management conflicts that affected campaign efficiency and staff morale. Reports emerged of organizational problems within the fundraising team, suggesting challenges in translating her television success to political campaign management and operational leadership responsibilities. However, reports emerged in 2024 suggesting that her relationship with Trump Jr. was also experiencing difficulties, with media speculation about their engagement status and future together, continuing the pattern observed in her previous relationships. Professional advancement. Her decisions consistently reflected prioritization of career opportunities and individual goals over relationship maintenance when conflicts arose between these competing interests. The pattern suggested an individual whose early experiences with loss and professional setbacks had created an approach to relationships that emphasized adaptability and self-preservation over long-term partnership building. Her life trajectory, from prosecutor to television personality to political advisor, demonstrated consistent career advancement and adaptation to changing opportunities, while her relationship history showed repeated challenges in maintaining long-term partnerships when they conflicted with individual ambitions or professional requirements. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.